I have Bruce McNair here with me. We're talking about single mothers and fathers that are not involved in their life, and is there really a such thing as a deadbeat dad? Um, Bruce, we just want a little history on you, really quick. So there'll be a few questions I'm going to ask you. How many kids do you have?
I have 10 kids.
10 kids, and were you all married with all their mothers, or how many?
No, I have four baby mothers. Two of them I was married to.
Two. Okay.
Well, I'm
And
married. I'm currently married now.
okay, that's great. And have you always been in all your children's life?
Always.
Always? At any time, would you have considered yourself a deadbeat dad?
No.
Do you think if you were, you would admit it?
No.
Do you know any deadbeat dads?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and what is your general definition of a deadbeat dad?
A father that don't take care of their kids. They don't go see them. And sometimes you don't have to take care of your kids financially, but you need to be around them kids that way they can know who their father is.
So sometimes you could build up to being a better father.
Right. I said a lot of guys they don't have a job, but just because you don't have a job, don't mean you have to be a deadbeat. You can go at least spend time with that child, go pick them up from school. For example, and just one guy, he live in the neighborhood. He takes his daughter to school on the bike every morning, and he picks her up on the bike and bring her home every afternoon. So is he a deadbeat dad, or he just a dad that lack with funds, but he wants to spend time with his kid?
Yeah, he wants to help. Okay, I
Right.
definitely understand that. And do you think that single mothers make it hard for fathers?
Oh, most definitely. I guess you want to know why I think
Yeah,
that.
could you expand on that?
Well, because sometimes the women they use the child against the man. But no, you ain't gonna be able to see the child. You can't see my child, but yet you still want child support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they be like, first thing they want to do is run down to the child support office when this man is already taking care of his kid. He doing the best that he can, and then you're gonna go run down to the child support office? Come on, what kind of trash is that?
Okay, but do you think that men should be more proactive in putting themselves on child support, or do you think that?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in child support. I think when two people have a baby, they had that baby together. So you should take care of that baby together. Why you gotta put the other people in your business? Handle your business as parents.
Okay, I definitely understand your point of view when it comes to that. But what about when a woman has no choice but to involve child support? Because there's a lot of working men that choose not to provide for the child or even see the child.
Okay, we talking about men.
But I'm saying when it's necessary, do you feel that child support?
Yeah, when it's necessary. If you got a guy, if you being fair to this guy, you doing everything that you can to involve him in the relationship with his child, and he just being a bum.
Yeah.
Well, then you gotta put him on child support,
Yeah.
and that's the reason for child support. But people are using child support right now as a get over. Oh, I'm gonna put him on child support because I can get $500 a month. He makes the money. I'm gonna get all I can. That's not what child support is for. The child support is there to help the child, not to bring the man down. And a lot of women they use that shit to bring the men down. And that's not cool.
Okay, but it's in all fairness. What about the fairness to a woman? Because sometimes it's before you even have a child, and if somebody has a relationship, I know you guys are like, oh well, the man you got to be fair to the man and da da da. It's about the child. But what if they're in a relationship and he's married and she doesn't know he's married and he has a whole different life, and then straight off the bat she puts him on child support when they have the baby just to make sure she's covered. Do you think it's a lot of different situations? A lot of times men are not fair.
I don't think you like men.
No, I'm just
Because
saying.
this my thing, right? You're telling me
That's just a scenario I'm putting out forth to you. We're just trying to get a hold.
we're talking about family, right? If you're talking about family, like if me and somebody had a relationship, we had a child together, and it didn't work out. But yeah, I want to take care of my child, and you allow me to take care of my child, why you gotta go to child support?
Okay, but do you realize that a lot of the percentage of
The percentage.
fathers that don't take care of their kids, they never had a relationship with that woman. A lot of these kids that are they're growing up without fathers, they don't know their fathers or anything like that. Their parents were never in a relationship, but because child support's a safety net, they had a baby. So I don't really know this person. It is what it is. They got a baby.
So you pimping the child support system
How's
for a
that?
mistake that you made.
That
You got in a
we
relationship with the woman got in a relationship with the
It's
man
not a
that
relationship. They
she
had
had no
sex.
intentions on
They
being
had a
with.
sex. No, it's not even all the time no intention. Sometimes women, they are promiscuous. They do have they get false hope or false promises from these men, and the men have no intentions on being with them, and then they get pregnant and bye, I don't want to be with you no more, and the rudeness and all the problems start. So well, he's acting like this. He has no involvement with me during my pregnancy. So how about I just to make sure my child gets taken care of, I put my child support. All I'm saying is a lot of times these women have kids from people that they never really were in a relationship. It was promise of a relationship.
Well,
It's 2016. This is the world that we live in.
well, now watch this. Now watch this. First of all, why are you going to have a relationship with somebody you have no intent to be with?
There's promise.
Why are you having a relationship right off the bat? You go to the club, go home, you have sex, and you have a baby. Why?
Okay, do you realize that that's the way a lot of the situations are? I'm just asking, do you realize that? Or
So what you're saying is, so the man got to be punished for that.
okay,
You got to get 55% of that man check because you was horny that night.
No, we're gonna get 55% of that man check because he did not use a condom that night.
You didn't use none either.
I'm gonna take care of that child regardless. So are you.
See, I think that's bullshit.
So do you think that if I go to the club and I get pregnant, I should just take care of my child myself because I did it to myself?
You did it to yourself. You didn't take responsibility.
And you have nothing to do with it, even though it's your sperm?
Listen.
That's like giving a disease out and not getting a cure.
You had two adult people, right? He should have protected himself, and she should have protected herself. But my point is, why should he have to pay 55% of his salary for a one night stand to a woman that he do not know?
So you're saying that he should not take care of the child?
No. What I'm saying is, why should he have to pay 55% of his salary to a woman that he do not know?
Because he had sex with her, and he know what could have happened.
Next subject.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a generalization. If I'm talking to somebody that it's like a one-track minded, that has already a stereotypical mindset. Are you pro-man? Are you on equality? Like, do you?
No, I'm not pro-man. I'm not pro-woman. This is how I feel about life itself. Mm-hmm. I feel if you got two married people, which should be having sex, two married people.
Were you married?
Not two single people.
Were you married when you first started having sex?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so you.
But I know better now.
You know better now.
You know what I'm saying? I know better. You know better, you do better. Now, this is the thing.
Were you hurt when you had your two kids? You said you were married twice. So, obviously, the other times with the rest of your children, you were not married. Correct?
Correct.
Were they one-night stands or were they relationships?
They were relationships.
Okay, so they deserve to get 55% of your check.
See, back when I was coming up, it was totally different, right?
Okay.
So back in the 70s and the 80s, they was actually giving the woman the benefit of the doubt, right?
Okay.
Now, today's day, if I was on child support today, it wouldn't be 55% because I would have shared custody of my child. I would raise my kids along with her. I would make all the decisions with her. Back when I was growing up, it wasn't about that. It was all about, hey, look, take that man money, give it to her, and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Okay.
The courts see different now. They do different. They know better. They give a man an opportunity to have shared custody. Now, if I was on child support, I would have shared custody of my children.
Do you think a lot of men know about this, or do you think they take advantage of it today? Because I know a lot of men that pay child support and take care of their kids, but they don't have the same equal rights as a mother, or they don't take advantage of that.
Lack of knowledge. If they knew, or if they took the initiative to find out their rights, excuse me, I'm quite sure they would have shared custody. One, they're going to save themselves a whole lot of money because they're going to have their kids at least half the time.
So you think you should take advantage of it to save money, or do you think just to have a better relationship? Because, you know, sometimes it's not about seeing the kids. A lot of times men just want to go on and live their life, okay? Let's be real. They want to go live their life and don't, because even a man in a household with a woman, they don't want to deal with that child. They want the mother to deal with that child. So what makes you think that a man wants to actually spend half the time with that child to save a couple dollars?
I think some men do want to spend time with their children. I think older men, especially older men, tends to love their kids more. They understand the role of a father the older you are. I think a man become a man at the age of 33.
Okay.
And they learn to deal with their kids better. A lot of young kids, they just kids themselves. They just getting out there. They don't want to be locked down with no children because they're children themselves. And they gonna get stuck.
So do you think that men or younger men should be given a chance, or like, oh, if they have a child by a woman, they're 20 years old, they have a woman, they have a child, do you think they should be given a break? Like a 5-year break or opportunity or a time?
I think they should be educated on how to take care of a child.
So you think before they get put on child support, they should be taken to a class or given a class?
Yeah. The parent, the mother too, both of them. So both of them young parents. And they don't know, neither one of them know no better.
Okay. And so what do you think, this class should have a pass or fail? Or if you fail, you get put on child support? If you pass, you get 5 years not to be put on child support, or to get some type of job training? Or what do you think?
I don't know, it's a thought. I mean, it ain't no pass or fail type of situation. It's about passing out the knowledge. Giving me knowledge, now I do what I want to do with that knowledge. If I want to go ahead and say, look, I want to have shared custody, I want to spend time with my child, then I do that. If I don't want to spend time with my kids, then I say, look, I don't want to share custody. I'd rather pay more money in child support and let her take care of it. Matter of fact, don't even call me about nothing. You make all the decisions.
Okay, because it's like, what about the woman that has, they put the father on child support, they're working, they're going to school, and I go put the father of my child on child support, and the court says, hey, he gets a parenting class. I gotta take a parenting class, so now I gotta work, I gotta go to school, and take a parenting class with this man that does not take care of their child just to prolong child support. What do you say to that mother?
I'm not saying prolong child support.
But you're saying
just
that
until he make a decision, because while he in class, I think he should be able to pay regular child support because he's not helping you out, right? Exactly. So while he in class, say the class only a week long.
So that's all it takes is like a week long?
Like a week long class. How long is it gonna take you to tell me that, hey, dude, you got the right to be with your child? Hey, dude, you have the right not to be with your child?